Today I'll teach you how to display files from database in ASP.NET. So let's start. This is SQL Server Management Studio, and you can see the database script file which will be used to create the database and as well as the database table. This script can be downloaded from the article, and also I have placed the link in the description. So the next thing is to execute this SQL file. As you can see, the database has been created and also the table has been created. The table has 4 columns: ID, name, content type and data. ID will be the file ID, name is the name of file, content type is the content type of the file which is like JPG, PNG and PDF. Data is the actual binary data. That's it from the database. Now I am moving to the Visual Studio, where first I'll add the connection string. So now the connection string is ready. Let's move to the ASPX page where we'll start the programming. So I'm adding a GridView control now. I am setting the auto generate columns property to false. Now I am adding columns to the GridView control. So here in the GridView, I have added bound field column for name. So now let's move to the code behind, where we'll write the code to populate the GridView. So here first I am adding the namespaces. The first one is system.data.sql client, which will be used for AD.NET operations. The second one is system.configuration for accessing the connection string from the Web.config file. Now I am writing a function bindGrid, which will be used to populate the GridView. The next thing I am doing is reading the connection string from the Web.config file. Then I have created the SQL connection object to which I am passing connection string. The next thing I am doing is creating the SQL command object. I am setting the SQL query which will be used to fetch the records from the table using SQL command object. The next thing I am setting the connection to SQL command object. Finally, execute reader function of the command class is assigned as data source to the GridView, and the data bind function of the GridView is called, and then close the connection. So here inside the page load event handler, I am adding the not is postback condition. Now here I'll be calling the bindGrid function. So with this we complete our programming part, and now it's time to run our project and see it in action. So as you can see, the names of the file are being displayed. With this we come to the end of this video. So today we learned how to display files from database in ASP.NET. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and please also click on the bell icon so that you receive notifications. Goodbye.